Hey, how's it going, my fellow freelancers? My name is Morgan, and welcome to another Anthem video. What I have for you all today are 5 beginner tips, or things that I think you should know as you begin your journey into the world of Anthem. If you have some tips of your own, feel free to comment down below. I'll appreciate it, and I'm sure the new players will as well. This video isn't scripted or anything. It's going to be a bit more off of the cuff, and of course this list is in no particular order at all. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and begin. To kick things off, we're going to go with learn to use your combos. This is a very big team play dynamic, but it's also something that you're capable of doing completely solo. If you don't know what combos are or how to do it, I did a video on this a few weeks ago shortly after the demo concluded. I will have that linked in the description below. I go over priming and detonating targets, but once you guys learn how to use your combos, it's going to make the game in general just a lot easier. Every Javelin class has their own unique combo effect. For example, whenever a ranger detonates a target, they will do increased damage. If you want to be strictly priming targets for your friends to detonate, you can do that. You can prime and detonate on your own, or you can run strictly detonators. It's entirely up to you, but getting an understanding of how combos work is going to make a lot of the content incredibly easy, and it's going to be absolutely necessary as you progress into the Grandmaster difficulties. Moving on to number 2, this is something that I personally followed and I didn't expect. Don't be afraid to try out new abilities because they do offer some new ways to play, and you might find out that you actually enjoy that. I knew when the game launched that I was going to be playing the Ranger. I was going to be doing an Inferno grenade or a Frost grenade, and then like a Pulse Blast or something. I was dead set on that. I wasn't going to do anything else, but I did manage to get myself a nice set of Venom darts. I tried it out and I absolutely fell in love with it. I started using Venom darts, threw on a shotgun. I was getting up close and personal with enemies, just applying acid and then melting them down with a shotgun. Try out new abilities. This game has a few different abilities for each character, and they really offer some fun ways to play, so don't be afraid to try something new because you might end up enjoying it. Number 3, always collect crafting materials as you're out in the open world, as you will be needing them as you progress towards the end game gear grind. I know a lot of my friends really didn't focus on grabbing a lot of these crafting materials, and they're really hurting as they get into the Grandmaster difficulties. As you're flying around, if you see the little nodes, the crystals, the plants, and all that stuff, break them open and start stockpiling these. You're not going to need them very early on. You might craft 1 or 2 things throughout, but you will need them as you progress into the higher difficulties and you really start working towards a definitive build for your Javelin. For number 4, use consumables when you start getting into higher level content, as they add some nice buffs to your build. These can be found on the expedition screen on the farthest tab to the right, and you will be limited on the amount of consumables that you equip as you progress through. Once you hit certain levels, you'll be able to equip more. You can have a total of 3, but these will do things like decrease your gear cooldowns even further. They'll allow you to fly farther. They'll add armor. There's a bunch of different consumables, and they all have different rarities that offer even bigger buffs. Make sure you're utilizing these, as they're going to be absolutely necessary as you progress into the Grandmaster content. You don't need them so much early on, but as you start getting into the endgame gear grind, these are going to be a mandatory piece of your arsenal. And then last but certainly not least, this is something I wish I would have known earlier. While you're playing, make sure to keep tabs on challenges for gear that you like, as you'll be able to do masterwork challenges later and have the ability to craft that particular item with different inscriptions. So for example, I got myself a masterwork grenade for the Ranger called the Last Argument. It has some okay perks on it, but it doesn't really fit with the build that I'm currently going for, but I do like this grenade and its effect. Unfortunately, I can't craft another one of these because I haven't completed the frag grenade challenges, and I therefore can't progress my Last Argument challenge. So make sure once you find a specific gear piece, whether it's like venom darts or grenades for the Ranger, work on those challenges, get those out of the way, so once you start getting masterworks and legendaries, you can start working on those very specific challenges and be able to get better inscriptions as you play later. But with all of that being said, that brings us to the end of the video. These are just a few tips that I wanted to share with you, and I'm sure we'll see many more in the comment section below. But if you guys did enjoy today's video or it helped you out, be sure to drop a like. It does help my channel out a great deal, and I always appreciate the support. And if you happen to be new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest in Anthem news, guides, and more. Once again, my name is Morgan. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.